This is the Diamond DA42, the most refined twin-engine four-seat plane in the market today. Highly versatile and popular, the world's best-selling twin-engine piston aircraft. Most people who buy twin-engine planes do so for one of three reasons. They either want to regularly fly over rough terrain, over large bodies of water, or at night. Or they fly with their families and want the ultimate in redundant reliability. Or they plan to use the airplane for multi-engine training. Not every twin can fulfill all three missions, but the Austrian Diamond DA42-6 is one airplane that just might. These days, twins mostly come from Piper, Beechcraft, Tecnom, Vulcan Air, and of course, Diamond. These range from $450,000 for the entry-level Tecnom to $1.367 million for the top-of-the-line Baron. Over the years, Beechcraft and Piper have all played a significant role in this niche. Tecnom barely scratched the surface, but the DA42 has quickly become very popular among pilots. What makes this aircraft so unique? Well, first of all, the airframe is made up largely of carbon composite material and is equipped with a Garmin G1000 glass cockpit right out of the factory. In addition to the new material and upgraded cockpit avionics, the DA42 is one of the few aircraft that uses diesel fuel instead of avgas, and it sees a remarkable improvement in fuel consumption. If you are ready to be introduced to one of the best birds ever created, then I recommend that you prepare yourself and free your mind from any preconceptions you may have, because what you are about to learn will make you run to get a brand new DA42. The Diamond DA42 is a small aircraft, but with a striking design and an elegant and aerodynamic finish that make it a jewel on the ground, but especially in the air, with carbon fiber reinforced polymers throughout its structure, providing the aircraft that extra bit of safety. Its sleek carbon composite fuselage incorporates a state-of-the-art aerodynamic design with the latest passive safety technology to offer high efficiency, high performance, and top-notch protection for all passengers. Another plus is that the fuselage is very durable, not easy to maintain, but it will look like new for many years, and the company offers a wide range of colors and combinations for each owner to make their DA42 a unique aircraft, ensuring customization to the client's taste. And in case you're wondering what the size of this model is, the DA42 stands 8 feet 2 inches high, is 28 feet long, and has a wingspan of 44 feet 6 inches. The interior is quite interesting. Despite its size, the cabin is very comfortable and has top-quality finishes. It can easily accommodate up to 4 people in 2 rows of seats. These have been built to have greater resistance to crashes and are equipped with automotive-style 3-point seatbelts. In addition, the seats are in a fixed position. The interior of the aircraft was designed with the comfort of pilots and passengers in mind. Its ergonomic seats are air-conditioned and feature variable lordosis support and an adjustable backrest. Cabin dimensions are 4 feet 2 inches in height, 4 feet 1 inch wide, and 8 feet 5 inches long. For interior customization, users have several choices of luxury upholstery, completely handcrafted, as well as several additional features that will make their flight a much more pleasurable experience. The DA42 is a generous aircraft, even when it comes to providing access to its occupants. To enter the front seats, it has a huge forward swinging canopy, while to access the rear seats, it has a large upper hinged door located on the left side of the aircraft. But without a doubt, the thing that steals the show with the DA42 is its plexiglass front canopy, which offers an almost total view of the surroundings. Can you imagine entering the aircraft and closing the canopy just like Tom Cruise does in the movie Top Gun? It would certainly be mind-blowing. Now it's time to talk about what gives this bird its power. The Diamond DA42 is powered by 2 FADEC-controlled 168 horsepower Austro-engine AE300 turbocharged diesel engines with a single-lever control system, complemented by 3-bladed constant-speed hydraulic propellers that feature advanced blade geometry for efficient performance, smooth motion, and low noise and vibration. Everything is automatically controlled by the digital motor control, which is as simple as flipping a switch. The DA42 is capable of using various types of fuel for its operation, thanks to its widespread use in various regions of the world. It generally uses Jet A1 fuel, but is also capable of running on Jet A, JP-8, TS-1, and RT fuel in Russia and Ukraine, and number 3 jet fuel in China. In case you were curious, the DA42 is fully capable of flying with only one engine running, while the other is shut down as a backup in case of any eventuality. It might not sound impressive at first, especially because almost everyone believes that every twin is capable of doing so. In reality, the game is entirely different. Some planes continue to fly with a gradual descent, which is usually sufficient to get to the next airport to land. Some planes can maintain altitude but cannot climb, but not the DA42. Its two Austro AE300 turbocharged diesel engines give the DA42 an outstanding performance. Thanks to them, it achieves a climb rate of 1,114 feet per minute and is capable of reaching a maximum service ceiling of 18,000 feet. But who maintains that altitude in a non-pressurized plane? It has an empty weight without options of 3,131 pounds and a maximum useful load of 1,276 pounds, resulting in a maximum takeoff mass of 4,407 pounds. It has a total fuel capacity of 76.4 gallons, distributed between 50 gallons in the main tank and the remaining 26.4 gallons in the auxiliary tank. For takeoff, it requires a distance of 1,230 feet, while for landing, it needs a minimum runway distance of 1,115 feet. Its cruising speed at 75% power is 175 knots, but it is capable of reaching a maximum speed of 197 knots. Its fuel consumption at 60% power is 10.4 gallons per hour, and it is capable of reaching a maximum range of 1,225 nautical miles under optimum conditions. The aircraft features advanced avionics, incorporating the Garmin G1000 NXI in the cockpit, which is integrated with the GFC 700 3-axis automated flight control system. Pilots are provided with a pair of screens displaying basic flight information as well as aircraft status. It has an integrated GWX-70 weather radar, an option usually only available on more expensive aircraft, together with synthetic vision and traffic alerts. There is no doubt that the DA42 is well covered in this area. The DA42 is operated through the use of a joystick, something that provides a differentiated feel, but requires a higher level of calm and concentration when performing flight movements, as it makes the aircraft much more responsive. The DA42 has a FIKI-certified TKS icing protection system, which provides the aircraft with additional protection for trouble-free flight in icing conditions. The wings, tail, propellers, and windscreen are all protected with TKS fluid. Since the introduction of the Diamond DA42 in 2004, 8 more variants of this model have been developed, keeping its utilitarian and versatile spirit, but incorporating slight improvements in order to guarantee better adaptability and performance. The DA42 has been characterized in large part by its reliability and comfort when flying, which is why it has been mainly used by flight schools, charter flight companies, for aerial mapping, search and rescue services, as well as other military purposes. The first variant was the DA42M, a special mission platform for China. The DA42 L360 followed suit. The variant, as the name suggests, was outfitted with two 180-horsepower Lycoming IO360 engines, designed specifically for training in the North American market. The DA42NG variant came along with Austro-engine AE300 engines, capable of generating 170 horsepower per side, and its special mission variant was the DA42MNG. The DA42 MPP is a variant designed strictly for the UK Ministry of Defence, equipped with surveillance systems. The DA42 MPP Centaur OPA is an optionally piloted aircraft developed by Aurora Flight Sciences to provide an intelligence surveillance and reconnaissance aircraft capable of being operated by pilots or remotely. The unit in service belongs to the Swiss Military Procurement Agency. The Dominator 2 is a version of the DA42 modified by Aeronautics Defense Systems Ltd. that functions as an unmanned aerial plane, has an endurance of 28 hours, a payload capacity of 899 pounds, and can operate at a maximum altitude of 30,000 feet, reaching a speed of 191 knots. Finally, we have the DA42-6, an improved version introduced in 2012 which incorporates aerodynamic improvements in the empennage and engine cowling, as well as new propellers, all of which translate into an increase in the cruising speed of the aircraft. Now, it's your turn to tell me which one is your favorite. Due to the global recession that began in 2008, the company's sales projections for this aircraft slowed sharply, but time would bring some pleasant surprises. By 2012, the DA42 had become a key aircraft for the company's revenue generation. It became hugely popular with operators in the civil market as well as operators in the government and military sectors. Being the first twin-engine aircraft designed from Diamond, it also became the first new European twin-engine aircraft in its category to be developed in over 25 years, as well as the first diesel-powered fixed-wing aircraft to make a non-stop crossing of the North Atlantic, milestones that further elevated the DA42's popularity. The Diamond DA42 has managed to position itself between 2005 and 2021 with a total of 1,095 units spread around the world, with Europe being its main market with more than 460 units, followed by Asia with more than 250 aircraft, and North America with 150 units. This undoubtedly demonstrates the high commercial utilization of the DA42 fleet, proving not only the durability and popularity of the aircraft, but also its reliability and safety. The base price of the Diamond DA42 was around $750,000. However, models of the first versions can be found on the second-hand market for an approximate price of $360,000. However, depending on the configuration, the value of the aircraft can exceed $1 million. The annual maintenance cost of an aircraft with these characteristics, based on 450 flight hours per year and an average fuel cost of $7.25 per gallon, gives us an annual budget of $145,000, which translates into approximately $322 per flight hour. Now, no good analysis would be complete without a good comparison, which is why it is time to introduce you to two aircraft that compete in the same category as the DA42 and are very interesting. We're talking about the Tecnom P2006T and the Piper PA44 Seminole. To be fair, the DA42 has no direct competitors. It's the best of its kind. The P2006T is seriously underpowered, and while the Seminole is not exactly underpowered, it can't rub shoulders with the DA42. But one thing they all share in common is that they are excellent training platforms. The Tecnom P2006T is all metal. It has been praised by the public due to its reliability, but it has a serious share of problems, hasn't proven itself yet, and is efficient and gentle. The P2006T offers an excellent quality-price ratio in terms of cost and durability compared to the competition, due to the fact that it does not incorporate any special high-cost material, thus facilitating its maintenance. In terms of avionics, it mounts in its instrument panel the Garmin G1000 NXI IFR dual display with an integrated S-Tech 55 autopilot. Its performance is notably inferior to the DA42, and both its design and the quality of its materials show that we're dealing with a much less well-cared-for product, but not for that reason a particularly bad one. The Tecnom P2006T is capable of reaching a maximum speed of 145 knots, which can be increased with modifications to the engine. In this section, the DA42 takes an important advantage of more than 50 knots. With 52 gallons of fuel, it is capable of flying 650 nautical miles and has a climb rate of 1,036 feet per minute. In addition, its high wing design allows it to take off and land on short runways, showing its efficient design, but not being very flashy. Another aspect in which it is handicapped is its maximum operating altitude, since it only reaches 14,000 feet. The aspect in which it is quite attractive is its price, which is close to $625,000. The other competitor is the Piper PA44 Seminole, which has a long history of flight behind it as it has been in production since 1979. To this day, the Seminole remains one of the friendliest and most docile light twin-engine aircraft ever built, designed with simplicity in mind and with ideal characteristics for pilot training. In its powertrain, it has two 180-horsepower Lycoming O360A E1AD engines with two-bladed Hartzell propellers. Of the three aircraft, it has the highest fuel consumption at 20.6 gallons per hour, with a total capacity of 108 gallons. With a climb rate of 1,340 feet per minute, its maximum cruise speed is 168 knots, achieving a range of 915 nautical miles and a ceiling of 17,100 feet. The price of the Piper PA-44 Seminole is around $660,000, slightly higher than the Tecnam P2006T, but still far from the cost of a Diamond DA42. Although the Diamond DA42 is the most expensive of the three options, it is also the one that offers users a greater range, higher speed, and more comfort and luxury, and has proven in practice that it is an aircraft worth every penny. In 2004, it became the first diesel-powered fixed-wing aircraft to cross the North Atlantic non-stop. The flight allowed Diamond's unveiling of the aircraft at the Oshkosh Festival. It departed from London, Ontario for Newfoundland for a 7.5-hour flight, then ventured on to Porto, Portugal for a 12.5-hour crossing. As always, everything will depend on your budget and what you need. The DA42 has several features that make it a strong contender among the aircraft in its category. One of these is its retractable landing gear. Although it may seem normal, not all small aircraft have landing gear capable of retracting and extending at the pilot's request. One aspect to note is that, while the DA42 is a twin-engine aircraft, its second engine is mainly an extra safety measure, as it is perfectly capable of sustained single-engine flights, reaching climb rates of 700 feet per minute, something that few contemporary aircraft are capable of achieving. Its engines are highly efficient when it comes to fuel consumption, so the aircraft can perform flights of up to 13 hours in duration without the need for an additional fuel tank, showing enviable endurance. The reason for the DA42's enormous popularity over the years is more than obvious. An aircraft that is difficult to criticize because it is a practically rounded product. Perhaps, depending on the pilot's experience and skill, the fact of not having the traditional flight controls and displays may make it difficult to handle the aircraft at first, but it would be enough to just get used to it. As for the interior and luggage space, it is undoubtedly somewhat limited, but it is difficult to ask for more for all that Diamond has been able to offer us in this aircraft. Despite the fact that today the Diamond DA42 is no longer the main product in Diamond's lineup for the market, it has undoubtedly become an aircraft that has aged well and that we will continue to hear about in the aviation world for many years to come. The DA42 is a great airplane, and you'd be lucky to have one. Great for short and long distances, exceptional performance, well, an absolute classic in my opinion that everyone should have. It has it all. There is no doubt that the DA42 has already earned an important place in the history of twin-engine aircraft. But tell us, would you like to have the opportunity to experience flying on this incredible aircraft?